Hey guys, welcome back for another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a small but mighty, in my opinion, homeschool haul for some curriculums and resources that we will be using in the 2026 to 2027 school year. I am still in the process of ordering things. And so, like I said, it's going to be a very short haul, but it's going to be a haul nonetheless. Just for reference, if you're new here, I have a rising first grader, a rising third grader, and a rising fifth grader. And in one of my most recent videos, maybe 2 videos ago, I talked about some concerns I had for my rising fifth grader and curriculum that we were debating on using or not using. And I think I have it now figured out. And I know that's kind of like a weird thing to say. I think I have it figured out, but I'm kind of going to bring back some curriculum and some resources that we have used in the past for lower grade levels, but obviously for, her current grade level. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I am noticing more and more as, we finish off another year. We're now entering our 7th year of homeschool. So we just wrapped up our 6th year. We're going into our 7th year. And I'm noticing that as, the years pass on, I don't want any fluff in our homeschool. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. The kids don't like it and don't enjoy it. We are the type of homeschoolers that it's like, just give me what I need to do. Let's work on that and be done with it. We don't do any of the extra things anymore like we used to do when we first started. We would do like lots of unit studies and just, I would order unit studies from different, small business owners, and we would print it out and I would try to get it through it, and it just felt like it was a lot. And maybe at the same time it was a little bit easier because my kids were all little. They were all like kind of in the same like learning gap, or the learning, I don't know, they were pretty much all learning the same thing at the time, especially my daughters, which are the third grader and the fifth grader. But as they get older, the kids are just wanting to just do what they need to do and be done with it. And trust me, I am completely okay with that. I am not a child led learning type of mom. I pick and choose curriculums based off of what I think my child needs during that season of life, and what I think not only he or she might need, but also what is easy and convenient for our family. I am a mom to 4 kids. So I have a toddler right now. He's going to be 2 in just a few short weeks. And then I have my rising first grader, third grader, and fifth grader. And on top of that, we also have 3 dogs. So I'm pretty busy as it is. Another thing that I've been taking into consideration as I buy curriculum and resources for this upcoming school year is the fact that we are putting our kids back in sports, which we had taken a pause on sports because we had been through, the whole transition of, again, I feel like I repeat this so many times, but this was literally like, it took a big chunk of our life. The 2 to 3 years, from us selling our house to living with family, finding out we're pregnant, renting for a year, and then going back to live with family, and then purchasing the house that we're in now. So, for about 2 years, we took a pause on sports, and our kids, the 3 older ones at least, were very involved in sports. At the time, they were all in soccer. They love soccer. My daughters had done soccer for like 2 or 3 years prior to us putting a pause. And then my son, he had just started. So he had did a fall season and a spring season. And then we were like, okay, we need to pause because we're going through all this transition. And so the curriculum now that I am, and sorry if you hear noise, my dogs are playing and eating and just walking all around. We are now in a season where we are going to be putting the kids back in sports. And I guess this is kind of part of like our curriculum haul, I guess you can say, because I've had to already do registrations for certain sports. But because one of the sports that we are going to be dipping our feet into this school year is cross country. Both of my girls will be doing cross country. It's very demanding. And so they've already been registered. It is now it's June 24th when I'm filming this, and they will be starting on June 7th, I believe, with their practicing and all that for cross country. And so we will be doing practice 3 times a week, which is going to be extremely demanding because it's taking at least like 2 to 3 hours of our evening time. So not only is our schedule going to be a little bit more hectic, but also sleep schedules and all that, but just our daily load during the day so that we get things finished early. I don't want to be overwhelmed or feel like I'm up to my neck with curriculum that, we all have to finish before we go to cross country because we have to be there by 5:30, which is still pretty early on in the day. So, yeah, everything that I am purchasing not only is to cater my 5th grader, which if you guys have seen that video where I was talking about whether or not I was going to be doing the good and the beautiful, you will know that that's the main one. That's the main grade level that I was struggling with. But it's not only to cater her, but it's also to cater our hectic schedule coming up. So we have cross country until I want to say, I think it was like October or November. And then from there, we will also be starting a winter sport, which my son will be going into basketball. And so I'm not sure what the schedule is going to look like then, but it's probably, it probably won't be as hectic as the cross country schedule because this is the first sport that we're going to be going to practice 3 times a week. When my kids did soccer, it was 1 time a week and then Saturday morning games. With cross country, it's going to be completely different. I'm not sure how games are. It's all new. But what I do know is that we will have practice 3 times a week. And then on top of fall and winter sports, I am also going back to college. I wrote a little essay about all my emotions and everything that I was feeling as I stepped into this new journey. But I will start taking college classes again in August, and I will not be taking a break until October for like a week, and then going into the second 8 weeks of this first semester. And so yeah, with school, I will be doing online classes because as a homeschool parent, everyone we know works. So we don't really have anyone that can watch the kids during the day. But I will be taking a Wednesday and Friday morning virtual class, and then I will have, and that's the first term. The second term, I will be doing Wednesday night virtual classes as well. And so, yeah, everything that, like I said, everything that I am choosing for this school year is to cater to the needs of my children, but also to give us a little bit of wiggle room to be able to do all the extra things that we now have in our schedule. So there will be some curriculum. It might look, honestly, I think once I get all of the curriculum and I do my curriculum videos, it might seem like I added a ton more. But really what I did was I removed one main curriculum and then I split everything up into um, different booklets pretty much. But this is going to be a very short haul. It's a small one. I have not bought a bunch of things because I've been trying to get us to finish some of the curriculum we currently have before we go into the new curriculum. So quickly, whoops. Well, let me start with this since I dropped it. I bought a little clock. I had one a couple years ago, lost it during the move, and then when we got here, we would draw out clocks and then go from there. But yeah, it's getting a little bit tedious now that I have multiple children learning time. So I went ahead and got this from Amazon, and it was super cheap. I think it was like maybe not even $10, like $7 or $8. I don't know, but I will have everything linked down below if you guys are interested in finding those same products. Okay, but I picked up the 3 levels of spelling with Evan Moore. So I have the 1st grade level, 3rd grade, and 5th grade. This school year that we just wrapped up, I only had one child, which was my 2nd grader. she was the only one doing spelling. I did not pick spelling for my fourth grader because the Good and the Beautiful had spelling, and this was the first year that my older daughter did not do like the Evan Moore spelling curriculum, because we've done a spelling curriculum since I started homeschooling, which was almost 7 years ago. But with spelling for my rising fifth grader, I realized that the Good and the Beautiful spelling, we were just, I don't know, we were not into it. My daughter was not into it. I found that the practice was just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. There was just something off there. There was a disconnect between my daughter and the spelling side of that. And then I felt like I was not really teaching spelling because it was all already incorporated into the curriculum, if that makes sense. But I went ahead and got it. When we've used Evan Moore before, my kids have thrived. There was only 1 year that I switched it up thinking I could find something better, and that was an epic fail. And then I went back to Evan Moore. But yeah, Evan Moore has worked for us for many years, and I'm bringing that back this year for my 3 older ones. So even my rising first grader will be doing spelling, which he's a little nervous about. But I mean, if you really look, they are very simple words, and they do not overwhelm them with spelling words. So he only has 5 spelling words a week, and then like the third grade level has 15 words a week, and then the 5th grade level has 18 words a week. So I feel like it's pretty reasonable. It's not overwhelming, and it's perfect for each grade level. Okay, the next thing that I picked up was first grade math. My son finished his math curriculum like 2 months ago, and I've been holding off. He's been wanting to start this already. He loves math. But I've been holding off because I want the girls to kind of finish what they have going on before we start like the actual school year. And so he's been doing right now a separate like summer program, but he's anxious to get into this. And I know once we get started, he's going to be so happy. But he will be starting this one. My girls are wrapping up their current uh, math program, which is still math with confidence. But I have one in a 3rd grade level, which she's about to finish that this week, and then we'll move her into 4th grade level. And for her, because since we've been like kind of behinds because of all that transition for almost 2 years, she's going to continue working in 4th grade math throughout the summer, and then once she finishes that, she will be in her 5th grade math. She'll be caught up. And then I have my rising 3rd grader. She is about halfway done with her 2nd grade math. And then once she's done with that, which she will also be working through the summer to get that finished, and then she'll be in her current grade level. So the whole point of me holding off on my son is to try to get the girls to, even though we've wrapped up this school year, I want them to kind of just move along into the next level until we are current, which obviously I'm not going to wait till my older one gets current, but at least it gives him some time and space to work through a summer program before we get into the actual curriculum. Okay, so I have also picked up grammar. So the first one I picked up was the Fix It Grammar student or level 1 student book, because I already have the level 1 teacher's book because my older daughter has been doing that. And so my rising 3rd grader will be using Fix It Grammar as well, and she will be using the 1st grade level. And then I also picked up the 2nd level, Town Mouse and Country Mouse. And then I have the teacher's book and the student book, which my rising 5th grader will be working through this. And one of the things I have to say, like one of the perks of having multiple homeschoolers is that when you buy a curriculum and you buy it the first time with the teacher's manual, the second time you buy it, if you end up using it for the next child, you only have to get the student book, and that saves you so much money. So I don't know. I wanted to share that. Just don't get rid of your teacher's manuals. Save your teacher's manuals, and then just buy the student book when it's time. Okay, and then the last thing that I bought was Oliver. He's getting in the stand. Go home. Go home. Go home. Okay, so the last thing that I have bought is my 2026 to 2027 academic planner. Now, this planner not only functions as a homeschool planner, but it functions as my everything planner. I use this to plan out my weeks. I use this to plan out my finances. I have different types of trackers in here, and I am planning on making a video on how I use this. This is the Sterling Ink academic, and this is the traveler size notebook, which is the N1 horizontal, and I love it. This is what the inside looks like. I've done a video before, I think, showing a previous planner, the one I was using last year. But if you guys are interested, I don't know, let me know. I can show you guys exactly how I'm using this or how I will be using this, just in case you don't want to buy those big chunky academic or homeschool planners that I have always bought. But I feel like when you are someone who plans all the time, and if you leave your house or whatnot, you leave your house a lot, I think sometimes it's easier to have something small and something where you can keep everything you need versus having a big 8x10 or 8x11 notebook that is pretty heavy because of everything that it contains in there, and then having to lug that around. So yeah, this for me has worked out. Might not work for everyone, but yeah, if you're interested in seeing how I use this planner as also, my academic and homemaking, home management planner, leave a comment down below. Let me know, and I'll go ahead and work on that. But yes, this has been, I know it's been an extremely chatty video, but I kind of missed making videos. I don't know, I really missed it. But yeah, once I've purchased some more things, I know that you guys will probably be interested in seeing what else I've purchased. So I will make sure to come back and share that with you guys. But for now, this is what I've gotten. I find myself buying less and less and less every year, which is a good thing because I'm saving money. And I'm also just not buying things that are going to sit on my shelves and stay there forever. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. My goodness, I almost forgot my outro because it's been so long. Leave me a comment down below. If you made it to the very end of this video, leave me an apple emoji, and a stack of books so that I know that you made it, that you are also a homeschooler. And if you're not a homeschool, just leave the book stack. But yeah, thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.